Hey guys, if you've been paying attention, you may know that the Wrestling Realm is now available on Spotify. So not only are we on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube, but we are also on Spotify. So make sure you subscribe and do not miss an episode of the Wrestling Realm or Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Brian H. Waters with a special SummerSlam. Let's call this the rumor and innuendo edition. So I'm on the internet and I'm reading a lot of rumors about things that could happen at SummerSlam. One of the things I read that we could get John Cena versus The Undertaker. Here's my take on that. I think it would be a good match. I think we'll finally get a full match. John Cena will be able to go into the match prepared. Even though he begged The Undertaker to show up, you could see at WrestleMania he was shocked. This time he will go in prepared if that match was to happen. Then there's rumors that this could be Brock Lesnar's last match. Now they're saying he is advertised for the night after SummerSlam at the Barclays Center. However, what does that mean? Well, that could mean that could be his rematch, or that could be the night that he loses the title. We have, the wild card is Braun Strowman holds the Money in the Bank briefcase, where there's rumors that he will cash in on Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, and that he will walk out of SummerSlam as champion. There's also rumors that Kevin Owens could beat Braun Strowman, get the briefcase, and cash in at Roman Reigns, because apparently there's another rumor that Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens is advertised for Hell in a Cell. So there's a lot of rumor and innuendo going on. So I want to know, what do you think? What will happen? And then let's also talk about AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Now, AJ Styles has been on a roll, but there's a man who knows him, and his name is Samoa Joe. Joe could very well be the guy to beat AJ Styles. But then we know AJ is advertised. He's on the cover of the WWE 2K18 video game. So what does that mean? Perhaps AJ Styles could lose the title to Joe and then get it back. I mean, does he really need the title to be a cover boy? Let's look at last year's cover. Seth Rollins. He wasn't the champion. The year before that, Brock Lesnar. If you remember, he was not the champion when he was on the cover of WWE 2K17. He would win the belt later. Before that, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And WWE 2K15, it was John Cena. That was after John Cena had lost the title to Brock Lesnar. And you know what? Now think about it. When they did the reveal, he was champion. But my point is, you don't have to be champion to be advertise and to sell that video game. So I want to know, what's your thoughts? Is AJ Styles going to hold on to that title, or will he drop it? And let me ask you, are you excited for SummerSlam? Do you think this SummerSlam will live up to the hype? My favorite SummerSlam is SummerSlam 1998. I remember the summer of 98. And throughout the whole year, the whole summer, we was getting ready for SummerSlam. We had the King of the Ring, where you had Mankind fall off the cage. You had Austin versus Kane. Afterwards, the next night, it was just, the road to SummerSlam was evident. Now, Austin would get the title back. Then a week later, Undertaker, or maybe 2 weeks later, Undertaker would earn a #1 contender spot. But then, it was from then on, Fully Loaded was in preparation to SummerSlam. Why? Because Austin and Taker, the opponents for each other, had to team up to go against Kane and Mankind for the tag team titles. Austin and Taker would win the titles. They would eventually lose them, and they would have a match at SummerSlam, which got us set for a later feud where, ultimately it was Austin McMahon, but where Kane and Undertaker reunited. But my point is, it was all set for SummerSlam. How about Sable and Mark Mero? And then we saw Jackie get introduced into the mix, which later led to a tag team match, Sable and Edge going against Mark Mero and Jackie. So those are, and then obviously The Rock and Triple H. How can I forget about that one? The Nation versus DX rivalry was white hot during the summer of 1998, and then it climaxed when Triple H finally beat The Rock in the ladder match in Madison Square Garden. You know, another classic SummerSlam 2000. That summer was built behind The Rock, but we also had The Rock versus Triple H, and then Kurt Angle was coming up, but then we also had the curveball between Stephanie McMahon and Kurt Angle because they were smitting with each other. So I'm wondering, we're about a little bit over 20 days away until SummerSlam, but it doesn't feel like this has been one of those years where the summer has been built up. You know, when we hit January, we're in WrestleMania mode. And growing up, when we hit June, I want to be in SummerSlam mode. And I don't feel like that's the case this year. So that's just another quick episode. You know, like I said, sometimes I just want to talk wrestling. So why not utilize the platform? So while you're right here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the buttons right there on your screen. And until the next time, I'm Brian H. Waters. So long, everybody.